He's in the middle, things just happen. Guys in front of him get on, he drives them in, and if not, he has the ability to get things started and set the guys up behind him. He's a force.
Ronaldo Lopez gets the ball for Game 1 of the League Championship Series here at home. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, in a day and age where we don't see very many complete games, 6 really good innings in his last start to pick up the win, and I think they'll be happy if he can duplicate that again in this one.
So here's how the Bo Sox are positioning themselves defensively. The guy I want to focus on is outfielder Andrew Benintendi. Also a hybrid type outfielder, forced to move to a corner in Boston with the likes of Jackie Bradley Jr. and Mookie Betts out there, but a guy who can play center with a strong, accurate.
Leading off for the Red Sox, the shortstop, Big Dog.
First offering on its way. No balls and 1 strike. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. In the air now, out to right field. Bonifacio's under it. Makes the play, 1 away. Coming to the plate now, Matt Grantham, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here. The 2-1 on its way. Grounded to short. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. 1 left for Kansas City. We'll go to striding in, Big Daddy, Big Dog. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Big Daddy, Big Dog.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. High in the air down the right field line. But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball. The 0-1 pitch. Hot shot on the ground is short. A dive, but he can't knock it down. It's through for a base hit. And he's going to score with ease as the throw will be too late. The left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi stands in. So far 0 for 1 with a flyout.
Andrew Benintendi.
0-1, here it comes. Now this is hit not all that hard out to second. 1 there, but 1's all they were ever going to get, and the inning will continue. Stepping up now, Jose Aviles. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Jose Aviles.
The 1-1. Short, hit hard. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. Royals go down 1-2-3. They trail things here 2-0. Stepping up to the plate, Big Daddy, Big Dog. He singled his last time up.
Big Daddy, Big Dog.
First delivery to him on the way. Here's a strike. 2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors for the Red Sox to this point. Line towards center field. Phillips is there now, and he has it. 2 gone. And with 2 away, let's check out our playoff bracket as we give you a look at how these two teams advanced out of the divisional round to meet here for the league championship. Standing in, Mitch Lockridge. And guys, 7th inning already. Hey, I'm not complaining, but this one's been flying by.
Yeah, I'll agree with that, Matt. That's what you get when both starting pitchers have it working. Neither of them have been nibbling around the strike zone at all, and they've trusted their defense to make the plays, and they've done just that.
Yeah, and it's resulted in a game that could really go either way. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7. So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Big Daddy, Big Dog, runner in scoring position with Sugan. Looking to keep this a 1-run game. Line drive to center field. Phillips is there, and he puts this one away for the 3rd out. So a great job there of working out a potential trouble. 1 hit, 1 left. 8th inning coming up. Boston's out in front, 2-1.
Well, as a former pitcher, you know I love these low-scoring games as opposed to those slugfests. This was like a throwback game when home runs weren't so common and pitching was really dominant. No complaints here.
This one definitely a low-scoring affair as we get one last look at our final line score. And there's no better time of year to come up big for your team than in the postseason, and that's exactly what this man did. He's our top player of the game.
And obviously, every game is so important in the postseason. So when you come to play like he did and make a big difference for your team, it's something that won't be forgotten.
Close one tonight, 2-1 the final score. The Boston Red Sox jump out to a 1-0 series lead. Ronaldo Lopez. From the oldest stadium in baseball, Fenway Park, MLB Network is on the air. It's the second game of this ALCS between the Kansas City Royals and the Boston Red Sox. Game 2 of this year's ALCS starts now. Jack Flaherty is on the mound for Game 2. Dan, any thoughts?
You know, Matt, I think this guy really is looking for a redeemer in this one. Went into the 6th inning in this last start, couldn't quite get out of the 6th, ended up taking the loss, and I'm sure that hurt, and he's expecting a lot more out of himself in this start here today.
The crowd is ready to erupt as their guys get set to take the field. Let's join public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your 2027 Boston Red Sox.
A chance now for a look at the Royals starting lineup. Mark, what's your take on him against one of the best starters in the game?
Well, Matt, when we drove over to the ballpark today, we were expecting some offensive firepower, especially in this yard. It's a hitter's yard, but that could sometimes work against them. I'm interested to see what lineup stays within themselves and executes and manufactures to get this W.
Jack Flaherty will be on the bump for Game 2 of the series. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, you don't see a lot of guys that have 5 pitches, right? Sometimes it's hard to master even 2 or 3. But if you can master 5 like he has, he'll be in pretty good shape.
All right, let's take a quick look at how the Red Sox set up on D-Day.
So striding forward now, Big Daddy, Big Dog. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Big Dog.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. And opposite field as he lines this down the line in right. And this will find the wall down there near Pesky's pole. And he's going to make it. He's in at second base with a leadoff double.
When it left his bat, I thought it might curve foul, but he manages to squeak it just inside the right field line for a well-hit line drive double. By the time the right fielder tracked it down, he was easily into second.
Coming to the plate now, Andrew Benintendi, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here. Big Dog leads off second with nobody out. Hit back up the middle. Grantham fields it cleanly, and there's one away. Now at the plate, Nomar Mazara.
Batting third, right fielder, Nomar Mazara.
The 2-1 home. He pulls this one into right, and a base hit as the run will come in to score, and that gives the Red Sox a 1-0 lead.
Hey, not an easy thing to do early against this good pitcher, D-Roll. Base hit and a 1-0 lead right away.
As an offense, they talked about this, wanting to get to this guy early before he settles in. When they grab their gloves to go out on defense, they know they got a lead on their hands.
Into the box, Luis Torrens, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Hit on the ground out to short. To second for one. And a good save at first on the offline throw, so they just get the one.
And kids, this is why you always go hard into second base. Could have been an easy double play ball, but the slide really impacts the throw to first, and they wind up only getting one out on the play. Good, aggressive, legal slide that time.
Trying to pick things up where we left off. Big Daddy, Big Dog. He's got runners at the corners here with only one gone. First pitch on its way. On the ground to second base. This could be two. There's one. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. 4-6-3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network right after this. Digging in now for Kansas City, Damon Pryor. He got called out on strikes his last time through. Nothing in one count. Here it comes. A bouncer to the left side. Played on the backhand. One there. On to first, and they get them both.
Boy, and that's a great play there at short. He's forced to go to the backhand and then pivot on that right leg to throw against the momentum of his body. These guys make it look easy. That's one you could definitely launch into right field if you're not under control.
So the Red Sox lineup turns over, and to the plate, Big Daddy Big Dog.
Big Daddy Big Dog.
Here comes the first pitch. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. And this will kick up against the wall near the Red Sox bullpen. And a relay to the plate is in time, and he's cut down at the plate as they team up to gun him down. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. On to the top of inning number 5 we go. The Red Sox lead it 4-1. Striding in once again, Mitch Lockridge. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Hard on the ground towards short, to his right. And now against his body, a jump throw. Got him, and that's a gorgeous play. All right, so let's turn to show track for a more in-depth look at that one. Good reaction, great range, and a nice backhanded stop, and the jump throw with a lot behind it all the way across the infield for the out. The numbers don't lie, and that was pretty spectacular. Digging in, Big Daddy Big Dog. He singled his last time up.
Big Daddy Big Dog.
Here's the first pitch to him. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. Definitely had the distance, but it winds up a foul ball. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. This one's down to third. Lockridge ranges to his left. Throw gets him, 2 down. Standing in, Brett Phillips. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. To short. And that gets through, so he'll have his first base hit, make him 1 for 4 in the game now.
Dan, if they're going to crack through, this has got to be the opportunity they've been looking for right here. They've had a ton of hits, a ton of people on base, but no one is.
And that'll bring up Jorge Bonifacio. He's 2 for 3 thus far. Torrens leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. Now a swing and a ground ball. This should do it. Throw on to first, and the Red Sox have held serve here at home. They take games 1 and 2 of this series as this one is over.
Hey, it always feels good to win a baseball game, but when you can win one at home in front of your home crowd, all those fans cheering, this is a good win for this team.
One more look at the final line score there to see the great pitching performance that led his guys to the victory. And there's no better time of year to come up big for your team than in the postseason, and that's exactly what this man did. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, no time like the postseason to come through and lift your team to victory. He was certainly a big factor here, and it was pretty cool to see.
Tonight's game comes to an end, 5-1, the final score. The Boston Red Sox. We are under the bright lights tonight as MLB Network welcomes you to this presentation of Major League Baseball. It's Game 3 of the AL Championship Series between the Boston Red Sox and the Kansas City Royals. It's Game 3 of the ALCS next. Raymond Franco gets the ball in Game 3 of the series. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, Matt, 5 full innings for this guy in his last one. You couldn't really consider that a powerhouse outing. He was able to get a no decision, but I'm sure he and the team are looking for a lot more in this one today.
Back now as we draw ever closer to first pitch. Let's listen in to public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your 2027 Kansas City Royals.
And now here's how the visiting Red Sox line up in this one. Dan, who do we keep an eye on?
Well, Matty, they got to love the production they're getting out of the leadoff spot right now. I mean, this guy is a career 300 hitter. You talk about consistent. He delivers a good at-bat and clutch hits basically every time he walks into the box. I love watching this guy.
Raymond Franco will do the pitching in Game 3 of the series. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, every team needs a pitcher like this one here. His numbers aren't going to blow you away. Career ERA just under 4. But one thing he does, he takes the ball every 5 days, throws strikes, and gives his team a chance to win every single time he goes out there. He'll be fun to watch in this one here today.
So here's how the Kansas City Royals are positioned defensively. And surprisingly today, the best arm resides out in center field. This guy's known for his range. We get it. He can go gap to gap. He's got an accurate arm. But I'll tell you what, you won't see many guys trying to take the extra base on him. He has got an absolute cannon out there.
Now batting, Big Daddy, Big Dog. He'll get us started in this one under the lights.
Big Daddy, Big Dog.
First delivery to him on the way. High in the air down the right field line. But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball. The windup and the 0-1. Takes this the other way to right. And that's a base hit, so the pressure's on to open up the inning.
Hey, some guys can handle the postseason lights, and this is obviously one of them. Another base hit leading off for the boys. This guy's had a monster postseason so far.
Batting second, left fielder, Andrew Benintendi.
Now a throw over to first, and the runner back. Big Dog on at first, nobody out. Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right by him for the first out.
Well, I have to give credit to him on the mound for not letting that previous pitch get to him. He wanted it, but he didn't get the call. but I love how he didn't let it affect him, and he comes right back with another good pitch and gets the punch out.
Here's the 3-1. And he lays off here. A nice job. It's ball 4. First and second now with one away.
Batting fourth, third baseman, Raphael Devil.
Oh, double play ball to second. 4, 6, 3, but it's not in time, and the inning will continue. Drew Robinson the next to dig in.
Batting fifth, the designated hitter.
Runners at the corners, 2 men out. Now a fastball swung on and missed, and that is out number 3. Boston strands a couple. The Royals will get their chance now in a scoreless ball game. Into the box now, Big Daddy, Big Dog. He reached on a single in his first try.
Big Daddy, Big Dog.
Now here it comes. Hit high and deep to right center. Giving chase is Bonifacio. He's there and records the first out. Had a long way to go to make that running catch, and here it is again with the show track numbers. Took a great angle at it, showed nice closing speed, and ended up running close to 110 feet to finally bring it in. No doubt in efforts his teammates are. Stepping in, Jose Aviles. He drew a walk his first time up. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Hit on the ground out to short. Big dog. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. 3 innings in the books, no score on MLB Network. Brett Phillips will bat next.
Center fielder number 33, Brett Phillips.
Hit to short. Big Dog moving. And the throw just does beat him at the bag, so the side is retired. KC down in order. Through 4. Still tied. 0-0. Stepping into the box, Big Daddy, Big Dog. He flew out in his last at-bat. First pitch of the at-bat. Late on the fastball there as this one skied out toward right. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now. And with 2 away, look at our playoff tree here. And as you see, just one piece of that puzzle left as the winner in this series will battle the Washington Nationals in this year's Fall Classic. Brett Phillips will bat next. 0 for 2 for him to this point.
Brett Phillips.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. On the ground is short. This could be 2. The second for 1. On to first. And talk about doing the job out of the bullpen. 1 batter, 2 outs, and the inning is over. So no runs on 1 base hit, no errors, and no one left on. On to the 7th now in Game 3. And we still have no score. So stepping in, Big Daddy, Big Dog.
Shortstop, Big Daddy, Big Dog.
First pitch on its way. Takes a knee-high fastball.
You like the modern style of baseball. Here it is. Both starters kept their teams in the game. It's close right now. Now we hand it over to the nasty bullpens. Let's see what matchups are going to take place.
High in the air out to center field. Phillips will settle under it to make the play for the first out, as the runner will have to head back to first. Digging in now, Luis Torrens. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far.
Even though we're moving into the back end of this game, they're only down by a couple of runs. You know that old slogan, a bloop and a blast? They could certainly use that right now.
Line drive base hit into the left center field gap.
You'll only see about 10 of these pitches a year. The changeup on a tee in the middle of the plate. But tip your hat to the batter right there. He did not come unglued, stayed within himself, and drove it for a base hit.
At the plate, Brett Phillips. Not much in the way of productivity from him so far, but he's got a chance to come through here in a crucial spot.
Yeah, it's time now that he has to put the rest of those bats behind it, because none of that matters if he can clutch up when it really counts.
Grounded to short. He's got it. Throw to second for the force out, and the side is retired. So it's a run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. On to the 9th now in Game 3. The Red Sox on top 2-1. A great shot there of famous Union Station with downtown KC in the background. Welcome back. At the plate, Luis Torrens, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. The 1-2. Now this is hit not all that hard out to second. Back to first. It's a double play, as the tying run will be stranded at third base, and just like that, this ball game is over.
Well, there might be a few chewed up fingernails on both sides, but this one ends with the tying run on third and the winning run stranded at first. Great game right down to the end.
This one, definitely a low-scoring affair, as we get one last look at our final line score. And there's no better time of year to come up big for your team than in the postseason, and that's exactly what this man did. He's our top player of the game.
And obviously, every game is so important in the postseason. So when you come to play like he did and make a big difference for your team, it's something that won't be forgotten.
Close one tonight, 2-1 the final score. The Red Sox take a commanding 3-0 lead here in the League Championship Series. Logan Cedeno. We are under the bright lights tonight as MLB Network welcomes you to this presentation of Major League Baseball. It's Game 4 now of the American League Championship Series between the Boston Red Sox and the Kansas City Royals. Game 4 of the American League Championship Series is next. Eric Skoglund is the man on the mound for the 4th game of the series. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Yeah, Matt, his last one wasn't very good, mainly because of control issues. Walked 5 batters in his last start, and he certainly can't do that in this one here, or he's going to come out of the short end of this one.
The crowd is ready to erupt as their guys get set to take the field. Let's join public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your Kansas City Royals.
And now here's how the visiting Red Sox line up in this one. Dero, what's the key to them earning a World Series berth here in hostile territory?
Matty, you take a look at this lineup. I find myself thinking back to my playing days when I knew I had the ace on the mound. It had to be win day, and when you get in a car to drive to the yard, you tell yourself, even though you felt bad about it, just get 2 or 3. All the pressure's on the big boy to have to execute, and he usually does. Look for this lineup to try and execute and score, manufacture 1 or 2 runs early in this one. Hey guys, take a look at how Kansas City sets up on D. And guys, I want to focus on the guy on the mound because he brings gold to the party, and I can't say enough how crisp and how effective a defense plays when the pitcher can field his position. There's nothing better than a pitcher who can help himself in the field.
Ready now, Big Daddy, Big Dog, and we are set for baseball here this evening.
Shortstop, number 2.
Here comes the first pitch. Hit hard on the ground towards second. Aviles ranges to his right. Throw to first is in time for the first out. Now at the plate, Big Daddy, Big Dog. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. First delivery to him on the way. Takes a knee-high fastball. Big Dog, a 27-year-old. He was selected in the 23rd round during the first-year player draft of 2018.
What an absolute steal. I mean, this guy has gotten a lot of people some big raises in the organization.
And he grooves the fastball there. This is hit high and deep out to straightaway center field. And he's going to make the catch on the warning track. A fine one. To the plate now is the designated hitter, Hector De Los Santos. Torrens gets his lead at first, nobody out. Loop down towards short. Well, this is pulled in by the shortstop. Digging in, Matt Grantham.
Now batting, the shortstop, Matt Grantham.
The 2-2. Hard hit ball to short. Reined in. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Royals leave 1. They lead it 2-1. Ready for another chance. Big Daddy, Big Dog, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. And here's a ball hit in the air. But this is going to wind up a foul ball.
That fastball must have a little late life on it because that was right in the wheelhouse, and he still wasn't able to get good wood on it.
Hit out towards second. And oh, the throw pulls the first baseman off the bag, and he'll reach it first.
And as a former pitcher, I can tell you, nothing is more painful than having to get extra outs in an inning. That should have been out number 3 there. Instead, he has to refocus and get back to work.
So striding in, Andrew Benintendi, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. And he misses with it for ball 4, so the bases will be loaded now with 2 away.
It was obvious when the count ran to 2-0 that they were not going to give this guy anything to hit. Sometimes you have to pick your battles, and they're going to try their luck with the next hitter.
In now the power hitting outfielder Nomar Mazara. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. The 3-0. Oh, and it misses. Ball 4, and that will force home a run. So now time will be called as we're going to get a visit from the pitching coach here as he'll hope to settle his guy down. Rafael Devers the next to bat. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. And that misses. Ball 4. A run will come in to score.
And this inning is a perfect example of how quickly fortunes can change in this game. He was cruising along, hardly any trouble at all. Now he walks in a run and is still in the middle of a bases loaded mess. He's got some work to do to limit the damage.
Now batting, the first baseman.
At the plate, Ryan McMahon, 8th batter of the inning now with the bases loaded and 2 away. Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch. And he'll lay off a fastball here in a good spot, but ruled the ball 1-0. A couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. 3 runs, 4 hits, and no errors for the Red Sox to this point. A ball and a strike. Popped foul, and it looks like that's going to make it into the VIP seats. Into the stands. He got it. So they do strike for 2, but it could have been much worse as they strand the bases loaded. Home half of the 5th coming up. The Red Sox are out in front 3-2. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Starts him out with a changeup off the plate for ball 1. Leading off the inning, Big Daddy, Big Dog, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Even though we're moving into the back end of this game, they're only down by a couple of runs. You know that old slogan, a bloop and a blast. They could certainly use that right now.
Lifted in the air toward the line and right. Bonifacio sprinting after it, but no chance to run it down. It's a foul ball. Hard hit ball to second, and that's through into right. So a leadoff single here to start the 7th.
Hey, some guys can handle the postseason lights, and this is obviously one of them. Another base hit leading off for the boys. This guy's had a monster postseason so far.
The left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi stands in. Leadoff man on base, and we'll see what they have in mind strategy-wise here. Throw over to first, and he has to dive, but he's back in easily. Big Dog aboard here at first with nobody out. And another throw over, and he'll get back in safely. And yet another throw over, and a dive, but he's back in. Sliced hard down the left field line. And that'll get down for what should be extra bases. Oh, and the throw back in is a wild one. And the ball's back in quickly, so it'll be second and third now with nobody out.
That's how quickly things can change in this crazy game. The pitcher was upset about the call on the previous pitch, which could have been strike three. Then he serves up one for a double. Good example of why you have to have a short memory in this game. You let those things get to you, and oftentimes they lead to more mistakes.
In now the power-hitting outfielder Nomar Mazara. And he's looking to make something happen here with 2 on and nobody out.
Well, early in the count, expect him to look for a ball to drive. If he gets 2 strikes against him, he'll need to change his plan and focus on moving the runners up. This game is too close to get greedy.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Now a swing, and the barrel of the bat breaks in 2 that time. And that's the first out.
And that is what you're going to get when you've got a flamethrower coming out of the bullpen. And when you're late on a fastball and you make contact below the label, all of a sudden you're holding some new firewood.
Rafael Devers the next to bat. He's got an RBI despite an 0 for 2 effort to this point. As a look, now the pitch. Grounded to the right. Aviles has it. Throw on to first to be in time, but meanwhile the lead shrinks to 1 here on the RBI ground ball.
A simple ground ball to the infield, but the run does come home from third, and they cut their deficit to only 1 run.
Now to the plate, Ryan McMahon, runner in scoring position with 2 gone. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Couldn't wait back. A swing and a miss.
0-1's the count.
And a fastball just a bit up. Benintendi on third with 2 out. Two and 1 to the Red Sox first baseman.
That's a really tough pitch to do anything with. The backdoor slider just off the plate, just missing the strike zone. That's nearly an unhittable pitch to hit for a hitter.
At the knees for a called strike, and it's back to even at 2 and 2. Now a fastball as he just reared up and let that one fly, and the inning is over. A run on 2 hits in the inning for Boston. Getting late. Stretch time now in Kansas City. The Royals are on top 5-4. Digging in, Big Daddy, Big Dog. He singled his last time up.
Hey, it's never easy scoring runs against a closer, but this lineup is setting up perfectly right now as the leadoff hitter leads off this inning.
Hard liner to center field. And that'll be a base hit, so they couldn't ask for more as the possible tying runs aboard to kick off the 9th.
Hey, this guy's having a big series in the postseason. It looks like to me that the moment isn't too big for him. He's slowing the game down. He looks terrific.
Yeah, absolutely. Postseason monster right here, having a huge series. Any big leaguer can have their moment mid-May, but to do it when it gets cold outside means everything.
He's set. Here's the 0-1. He pulls this one into right. Bonifacio is there. 1 away. Settling in now, Nomar Mazara. He'll be looking for something he could drive into the gap and drive home that tying run from first. 1-1 home. Oh, and look at this. High in the air and deep. And when this ball comes down, they'll have taken the lead. Home run. A 2-run blast to straightaway right field as they've taken a 1-run lead. Well, we've now seen 4 homers combined between these two clubs today. What are your thoughts, guys?
Matty V, this is just one of those days where the ball seems to be flying, D-Row. The hitters on point, the pitchers aren't making very good pitches.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's all about executing pitches, and they're not doing it today. They're leaving a lot of balls over the heart of the plate, and this offense, both offenses are taking advantage.
Rafael Devers comes on with 1 away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. And oh, look out as he has to hop out of the way of the fastball there. As we near the end of this one, it's clear the long ball has played a big role in today's outcome. Dan, D-Row, what are your final thoughts on what we've seen?
Yeah, just non-competitive pitches in some big situations, Dan, and the offense took full advantage of it.
Yeah, you know, D-Row, one of the things about pitching is you want to have location, and it was obvious in this one today that the pitchers weren't on point, and what happens when that happens? Hitters make you pay, and the long ball was a big part of this one here.
The 2-1 home. Grounded to first. Backhanded. And they'll flip it to the pitcher covering for the out. Here's Ryan McMahon now. Perhaps he can drive another one out of the park just like he did back in the second. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And that one stayed too low apparently. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Here's the strike. 1-run game here in the top of the 9th. A ball and 2 strikes. The count to Ryan McMahon.
Oh, that's for sure going to be a pitch he wants back. You're not going to get many balls right in the wheelhouse from a top-level arm like this.
And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2.
He executed that 1-2 curveball pretty well. I think that's right where he wanted it to end up, but he couldn't get him to chase at it. We'll see what they go with now after that didn't work out.
And he misses with that one down and in. It's a full count now, 3-2.
Walks are never good, but they're especially bad news late in games like this. It seems like they always come back to bite you.
The 3-2 pitch. And he loses him on a breaking ball. Digging in once again, Wayne Ray. He's got 3 hits, including a double to this point. First pitch coming. Here it is. A cold strike on the inside corner.
You know, from an offensive standpoint, they already knew they had their work cut out for him against a great pitcher. But if he's going to locate like that, this is going to be a tough day.
The 0-1 pitch. Hit on the ground toward the left. And the throw will not be in time, as I don't think he was going to get him anyway, but a fine effort nonetheless.
Hey, that's a heck of an effort by the shortstop right there to leave his feet and try and make that throw to first base. Got to be frustrated a little bit as a pitcher. You executed your spot.
Well, I tell you what, as soon as you throw one like that, D-Row, you see your shortstop get a glove on it. You're thinking, okay, maybe he has a shot to get him, but that's a long throw after that jump throw, and a solid infield base hit, but very frustrating as a pitcher.
Lawrence Glass takes over now with 2 gone here in the top of inning number 9. Drew Robinson the next to dig in as he rips it on the ground to second. And how about that right out of the bullpen? A ground ball on one pitch, and the inning is over. So disaster strikes here in the ninth, as a late rally has certainly dampened the mood of these fans. To the bottom of the ninth, Ken Ragland, if the man called on to close this one and earn a save in the ninth.
Ken Ragland.
So the batting order turns over now, and set to go Hector De Los Santos. He'll be the first to bat here in the inning, with his guys in need of some ninth inning magic if they're going to force a game 5. 0-1 the count. The 0-1. And a great change of pace has him off balance, a swing and a miss. And that one just missed outside.
Love the execution of that changeup, but hats off to the guy at the plate right now. That's a great take in this situation. Maybe bought himself a fastball.
Get back on the changeup, and he did a good job to get the bat on that one. Ready with another 2-strike offering. Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning. Now at the plate, Jose Aviles. He flew out in his last at bat. Here's the first pitch, and this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1. Swing and a line drive. And into center field as he's aboard with a 1-out single. In now, Jorge Bonifacio. He went down on strikes last time up. Here's the first pitch. There's a fastball that just misses. Ball 1. Clearly trying to control the running game with the slide step here.
Yeah, that's a good way of trying to control the running game, Matt. The problem with it, though, it has a tendency to throw your command off because you're worrying about that runner on base.
The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a little tapper. That winds up foul. Aviles, base runner at first with 1 out. Just trying to freeze him with the fastball there. Pretty close. It's 2-2. And he comes back with 1 down and in for ball 3.
We could see the runner in motion here on a 3-2 count with 1 out. There's a pretty good chance he's going to get a pitch to swing at, and if not, it's ball 4 anyways.
Quick check on that tying run at first. Runner back safely. And it's fouled away. Ready with another 2-strike offering. And he missed with it. Ball 4. So that means now the potential tying run will move into scoring position at second. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Damon Pryor. And we'll see what he can do with the tying run at second. A potential winning run at first with 1 away. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole. 0-2.
Not looking good after being down 0-2. I think at the very least you got to work this pitcher's count a little bit. Try and get back into a decent count where maybe you can come through.
Now the 0-2 pitch. Missed with a slider.
Big spot right here. That's a great pitch to try and see if you could get him to fish outside the zone. He's still in the driver's seat right now, and I'd expect something else to miss off the plate.
And he takes a look at strike 3 called, and that's as important as they come there. 2 big outs now.
He's not going to feel good about that at bat, nor should he. You have to want to swing the bat, but he just stood there and looked at 4 straight pitches. Hopefully, we'll see him get a little bit more aggressive next time.
Here's the first pitch. A changeup right on the outside corner for a strike. The 0-1. And there's one well above the zone for a ball.
No doubt, some saves come easier than others, and I know this all too well. They're really wrapping this thing up.
Line hard.
Watch your lips in the first couple rows there. He got the head out on that changeup. Good thing they enforced the new netting rules this year.
KC down to their final strike in this one. And there will be joy in Beantown tonight. The Red Sox are going back to the World Series.
Well, congratulations to them as they're now the American League champs. They're going to celebrate tonight, and then they're going to have to refocus for a run at the ultimate prize, the World Series trophy. Can't wait.
And they did some damage offensively in this one, enough to get the win, and this man led the charge. He's our top player of the game.
Well, the numbers don't just jump out at you, but his lone hit was a really important one. And sometimes you just need to come through when it matters most to be the hero, and he did just that.
For my partners, Dan Plesac, Mark DeRosa, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been the American League Championship Series.